So there's hundreds of recipes online for the perfect mashed potato, but this is our version at Pentonbridge. We've been serving it for like the last 5 years. To every guest, it gets served with a main course on our tasting menu. I'm going to show you how we do it here. So firstly, we're going to take some potatoes, just give them a little prick to help release some of the steam. Very simply, into the oven. Potatoes are in the oven. We're baking them at 150 for 2 hours. It's important that we bake them for a really long time so the potato inside is really nice and dry, because, spoiler alert, the secret to the mashed potato is lots of butter, lots of cream. So the drier the potato is to start with, the more we can put in there without it splitting. So the potatoes have been baked for 2 hours. You can see they've got like a real good jacket on the outside, but I know they're really fluffy and dry in the middle. So we're just going to split them. I'm using a cloth because they're very hot. Just going to scoop the middles, pass through a drum sieve. The cloth's not working for me. Run it through the drum sieve. It's going to keep the mash really super smooth. Scrape the underneath. So as with everything at Pentonbridge, there's an exact recipe. So even for the mashed potato, we have an exact weight of all the ingredients. So we're going to take 185 grams of the potato. I'm just going to weigh it into the scales here. We're just going to start on a kind of low to medium heat. Just work the mash, work the potato, slowly incorporating the butter. We're not heating it up too quickly, because if it gets too hot, it'll become really, really runny. And we want this mash to have some body to it. So we're going to work the potato, just working the starch, whilst slowly emulsifying in the fat of the butter. When all the butter is worked in, we'll add some cream, and then we'll go back to the butter, back to the cream. It's important that we work it on quickly, checking the temperature all the way. We're not heating it up too fast. So the first half of cream, just gently work it in. The reason why we don't add all the butter first and then all the cream second is because it's likely that the butter would split out of the potato. So we add a little bit of butter and then we add the cream. Helps just keep everything nice and emulsified and smooth. See, that's starting to come back. Now we've worked all the butter and cream into the mash, and if you look at it, you can see it's smooth, it's glossy, but it still has body to it. I don't really like mashed potato that's too runny or creamy. It has a job to do on a dish, and that job is to soak up all the lovely gravy or anything that you're eating with it. So runny mash won't do for me. But what we do now at this stage do is take, kind of counterintuitive, but we're going to take the potato and get it a little bit too hot. So the entire process we've been keeping it emulsified, making sure we don't overheat it. But now we've got the butter and the cream in there, we're going to intentionally split it and then add some cold milk at the end, which will just tighten it back up and give it the perfect texture. So we've worked the potato now on a kind of higher heat, and as you can see, the butter has started to separate, so it's made the mash quite greasy. And we want to emulsify that fat back into the potato. So we just turn the heat off. And we're just going to add a little bit at a time of cold milk, just enough to re-emulsify the butter into the potato. And at that point, it's ready. Look at this now. It's still a little shiny, so you can take a touch more milk. And you can see that the texture's just softening down as well, which is the perfect consistency. you see the appearance now is lost its sort of greasy shine. It's kind of very pale white. It's got just enough of a sag to it that it's not too stiff, but it's not really runny either. So if you put it on your plate and you've got some sauce, it doesn't turn into potato soup. And then lastly, in the restaurant we would obviously do a way bigger batch than this, and it takes about 45 minutes to an hour of working the potato with the butter for it to get ready. So we do that just before service, and then we put it into a trusty piping bag, keep it warm, and when we need it, we just pipe it to order. If you're doing this at home, of course, just use it straight away. Chefy trick. Get it at the bottom. Don't tell my dentist I'm going to do this. Get nice and tight. And then cut off the end. And that's now ready to be piped or held in a hot cupboard for service. And I'm going to show you how to pipe it. Amash in the bag. In the restaurant, we just serve this in a side dish, but I'm going to show you how a little old school chefy trick to make it look nice on a plate. Just going to give it a little swirl. Magic spoon.